Now, there are three things that you may need to shift in your thinking in order to be able to create this connection between each other, teens and parents. So let's get into them now. Number one, let's talk about how you think about parenting. Now, I have this really interesting story. When my kids were very little, I found myself having a conversation with my father in law, and I believe my husband as well, because my father in law said, "Oh, no, no, you only have 10 years. You're done raising them by the time they're 10 years old. Everything that you can teach them, it's all done by 10." I remember feeling such shock that he thought that at 10 years old, I'd done all the work I needed to do as a parent. But then he said something that was really interesting. He said, after 10 years old, it's them practicing being an adult so that by the time they actually become adults, they know what they're doing. So they need a lot of time to practice. And that's really an interesting concept. I know it's probably jarring for a lot of parents to try that on, but apparently your work here is done after about 10, maybe 12 if you're going to really stretch it. Um, After that, it's just practicing being an adult. Now, we defer growing up due to our own fears. The teen years are a perfect time to practice. Of course they are, right? But we're busy trying to get it perfect, and we might be robbing them of this experience of developing themselves. So every time you think that you're helping, you might be robbing them of an experience of practicing being an adult. It's like trying to teach them how to drive a car and simultaneously not moving over to the passenger seat. If they never get to sit in that driver's seat, are they really going to learn how to drive? So, we do really need to think about who gets to lead in those teen years. And that's part of why we're finding ourselves here today. You're probably searching out this video because things might not be lining up quite as you expected. So, ask yourself why you became a parent. You probably will say things like, I wanted to create a family. Maybe you'll say, so that you could raise the next generation, or that you wanted to leave a legacy. We must understand and acknowledge that we come to this role rooted in our own desires. We have our own beliefs and wants and needs. We sometimes don't see that we're doing it, but we're making our parenting about us. And the question becomes, where is the child in all of this? I remember being asked who I wanted my baby to be when I was pregnant, and without flinching, I answered themselves. I wanted to get to know who they are. I remember saying, "I don't know them yet. I haven't met them." That made everybody laugh. I at the time didn't know why that was so funny. So I saw a great quote about this, and it asked that instead of focusing on being a good descendant, we should focus on being good ancestors. So I thought that was pretty powerful. It got me thinking about what my grandchildren will think and whether they will thank me for being such a good parent to their parent. It was a fun little exercise. So instead of thinking about my past and how I grew up and how to forward those modalities of thought, instead I was thinking, what's going to really serve my grandchildren? What kind of parents do they need? Really fun. I'm challenging you to think about your parenting because it's critical if you want to make a deep connection with your teen. That may require that you do some healing and possibly reparent yourself as you reflect on your own journey into adulthood. I get into this more in my programs, but for now, it's powerful to just reflect and ask yourself, what kind of parent do you want to be? Dr. Shafali is a parenting uh, thought leader. She's one of the best in the world. And she wrote this book, Conscious Parenting. And I recently heard her say that kids are not here to play a part in your movie. They are here to play a part in their own movie. I'm suggesting that we enjoy our front row seat to the show. Get some popcorn. So, another quote from Dr. Shafali is that what she sees happening to our children today and to us adults is that there is a crisis of connection. Very true. It's also important to note that kids are young and nature has equipped them with a very strong authenticity meter. They know if something is off. So, bringing this back to what I do and what the most powerful access point for me is in sessions with young people, I'm going to let you in on a secret. It's my genuine curiosity. I am sincerely, deeply curious about who they are. I see the light in their eyes and I just want to know them. Your desire to want to know who your child is your access point. Get curious about who they are. Wouldn't it be great to have a parent that is curious about who you are and what you want to do with your life? To feel their encouragement and be empowered to investigate and explore where you want to go in life? That is what the teen years are for, to get to know yourself for the first time. Parents need to be all in on supporting that. Now, I have 3 questions for you on this first point when it comes to thinking about how you view your parenting. On a scale of 1 to 10, who is your parenting about? 1 being you and 10 being your teen. If you were to change your thinking in this area, what impact could it have? And also ask yourself, can you commit to shifting your thinking in this area more?